It's kind of like my long-term goal was to get to Paragon 100 before Reaper of Souls came out. But I'm starting to think I'm just not going to play it until the new expansion comes out. You know, I'm not going to say I'm not going to play it, because you know, I do enjoy Diablo, and I'm sure the expansion will be good fun. Even if it was for a week, it'd be worth it, as long as it's not a ludicrous price. And hopefully, all coincides, you know, hopefully Act 4 for Path of Exile comes out, and then, you know, Reaper of Souls will come out, and, you know, it just means I've got lots of action role-playing games to play. I just don't feel my brand loyalty needs to come into it anymore. You know, I've always been a big advocate of Blizzard and everything they've achieved. As an old school PC gamer from many years ago, you know, I've only been back into PC gaming probably the last 18 months. But you know, back when I was younger, the PC was the only sort of gaming platform I played regularly on. And you know, in my eyes, Blizzard have never done any wrong really, but oh my goodness gracious me, what the hell happened then? That is ridiculous. Come on, come on, come on, come on. Prove the build works. Oh, oh yes. Apparently it's pointless to get to Paragon 100. Best thing to do is get multiple characters to 70. Why is that? Oh, that's a silly thing to say, Chris. This game ain't going anywhere, mate. It's already taken a huge chunk of the Diablo player base away. Hopefully people can accept that there's two good games still out there, you know. It's a good thing for us, a bit of competition. There's no doubt Blizzard have made some design choices around Reaper of Souls as a result of Path of Exile coming out. I think we'd be foolish to believe that they haven't. You know, for the first time they've got immediate competition on one of their key gaming platforms, or genres should I say. I mean, let's be honest, World of Warcraft, no one's touched that, and no one's ever going to touch it. It was a bit like Minecraft in that sense, wasn't it? It was the right game at the right time, requiring the right hardware. You know, those sort of, I don't know, I suppose there's an element of luck to it, but at the same time, kudos to Blizzard for pulling it off. But those sort of opportunities very rarely come along, do they? Fair play to Blizzard, man. I just think they ballsed up. Someone somewhere made a horrible decision about getting a little bit too greedy with Diablo 3 and that real money auction house. Oh man, that was not a good call. I think you underestimate or are putting words into Crip's mouth there, mate. He's a very big fan of Path of Exile. He's a big fan of both games, mate. He bounces, and I'm sure he will continue to bounce between the two as and when new content comes out. He'll do what I do, you know. I'll say I'm not going to say I'm not going to play Reaper of Souls, because I'd be insane to say that. I have every intention of picking it up on day of release, but I just don't see the point in playing it right now. I think Path of Exile offers more in terms of a gaming experience. Hopefully Reaper of Souls will change that up and bring it more in line with this. That Loot 2.0's looking nice. I've always sung that particular mechanic change as a good thing. Hello Jacko, how you doing, buddy? What are you up to this fine Saturday morning, mate? Uh-oh, that don't look good. Did I tell you, Chris, that I went back, I played the 10-day free trial of World of Warcraft? I used to play it up until, I mean, I used to play it, Jesus Christ, it was like my entire life. up until I played Burning Crusade and quit just after, well I say just after, a few months after that came out, once I've kind of done some of the end game content in it. But yeah, I've not played it for like 8 odd years, something like that. Certainly 7 years. I went back recently and played the 10-day free trial. That game is still as addictive as ever, man. Blizzard know their stuff. No arguing. Apart from bloody Diablo. Why did you create the real money auction house, you foolish people? Yeah, it's still open to abuse though, that's the problem, Chris. Any auction house is always going to have issues, isn't it? Gonna get Dead Rising 2 for cheap. Oh, gutted mate, didn't have it. Yeah, a lot of people play it, ridiculous. What, he plays it for 12 hours a day? That's ridiculous, mate. Isn't that can't be good for him, dude. Jesus Christ, powerful crits, no shit, this guy hits like a sledgehammer. Oh my god, get the hell out of there, man. Wow, that, oh my giddy aunt. Just wow. Oh, son of a... God damn, how much experience did I lose then? You total... Ah! I don't even want to be there, do I? I'm actually in the wrong place anyway. He works from home while playing WoW. Jesus Christ, man. Madness. Yeah, I must admit, when I used to play across, I used to put a lot of hours into it, man. We're in a really big guild. I used to play MT, so... it was pretty hardcore, man. A lot of fun back then, in a way, but also it could also feel like it was a lot of... well, yeah, work, literally. I just realised I'm trundling along, I'm not even in the right zone. I need to find a bloody sewer entrance. 4,500 hours played on Diablo, Jesus, man. What are you going to do then, Jacko? You got another game in mind, have you? I suppose in all fairness though, Chris, if someone's playing it for that amount of time, they may actually be making, I mean not a significant, let's face it, it's never going to quite replace a job, is it, or at least a decent job. But if they're playing it for that amount of time, and the real money auction house, obviously running from day one, they actually might have made a bit of cash on that. Wow, bloody hell, man. This is Path of Exile, mate. It's a free-to-play game, just very much in the sort of light of Diablo, I suppose. I just personally find it's got a bit more appeal than Diablo right now. Trying to get to merciless difficulty. If I ever make it that far. Getting very difficult to get anywhere in this game. I think my character's not the worst, but I am dying a bit, which I lose a percentage of my experience every time I die, so... God, I hate these bloody spine servants. They're just like my worst mob. It's like those little bloody bee stinger things in Diablo. I hate them as well. Same kind of mob in a way. Buzz around from a distance, spitting little sharp things at you. And then run away, look. Bloody things. Die, all of you scumbags. I just realised I'm absolutely starving hungry. I've also not had coffee in over an hour. Oh, you're going to stick it out till Friday. What are you getting on Friday then, Jacko? He makes 5 billion via trading. Oh, sniping items on auction house. Yeah, it doesn't sound like a lot of fun to me, mate. That don't sound like you're actually playing the game. That sounds like you're playing the auction house, which I like to do, and I've always enjoyed doing it in World of Warcraft. And I almost really got into that when I did the 10-day free trial. I actually spent quite a few hours mucking around with the auction house. It's just, it can easily you can find yourself actually spending more time playing the bloody auction house than you do playing the goddamn game.
Carry this.
And there's something fundamentally wrong then when that starts happening. But if he enjoys it, kudos to him, man. Won't be doing it anymore though, will he? I was just thinking about all those people on the Diablo forums when it first came out and the real money auction house started ticking away eventually, and they were quitting their jobs and saying how much money they were going to make. Just madness, man. Absolute madness. What, have you actually used it, have you, Chris? You seem very down on the PS4, mate. What's is there a reason for that? Are you not a fan of Sony, or? From what I've heard, I cannot carry this. Little earbuds actually quite good. It's only there so that you've got something to use from day one. I mean, if you want good quality sound, you're going to go and buy yourself a proper headset, aren't you? Which you possibly don't know. You can use a normal 3.5mm jack headset with the PS4 and the Xbox One, for example. You have to buy a special connector for that. So, and also the optical. This is only, I couldn't believe this. The optical out on the Xbox One is only stereo sound, not 5.1. Seems mad. Cannot figure out why that is. I mean, the whole point in having a decent headset is to have some nice crisp sound, isn't it? Well, sorry, if you're not a headset. If you're jacking it out to, oh my god, jacking it out to your home cinema setup, which presumably, you know, the Xbox is touting itself as this big multimedia device, and so many elements of it are kind of wrapped around TV and media. To have it rigged up to your home cinema system seems like almost, it kind of goes without saying, doesn't it? So to have optical out as stereo only is just mind-boggling. I'm just happy PS4 stroke Sony have actually bundled a headset. At least people will be able to talk to one another without having to spend any extra money. That's another thing that Xbox did a backtrack on, didn't they? The Xbox One originally wasn't coming with a headset. There's so many 180s on there.